Hi angels, today we are doing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury goodies. Some of them are new, majority of them are new for me. These two are returning favorites. You guys know who they are already, very familiar with these products, but these babies are all new to me, including this one. I know a lot of you guys are like, you're late on that, but still it's new to me. So I'm so excited for this video. I also am just like, I know I have so much makeup, but I just get so excited when I get new makeup to test for you guys because I'm always looking for what's good basically. And as I get older and I'm finding that my skin is changing, my needs kind of change for my makeup. So for example, like little fine lines that are developing under my eyes now as I get a little bit older, I need a concealer that's not going to crease, and I need a powder that's going to withstand my oiliness, like all of these different things. So I'm not going to waste your time, guys. Let's get into the look. And obviously this is a quick preview. You already can see how beautiful it turned out. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm starting off with nothing on my face. Of course, I have just put my lotion and stuff like that, normal stuff. Oh, actually, wait a second. I do need my sunscreen. So let's just pop that on. This is the La Roche-Posay, what's it called even? Okay, this is drippy. La Roche-Posay, I can't even pronounce it. This one. Okay, so I'm extremely excited because there are so many new things that I am trying out, and I'm not gonna lie, they're not gonna be a first impression because I already used them once before of all of the new goodies that I got, because I just couldn't wait. I am a huge fan of Charlotte, and I think a lot of you guys might know that. I'm gonna color correct and spot conceal before actually going in. I don't know why, but I'm getting a breakout like on my nose, and I'm wondering if it's like new products that I'm using or what exactly is going on. But I like to use my NARS soft, wait, is it soft matte? What is this called? Yeah, soft matte concealer. And this was a tip from actually Michaela, throwback Michaela. And if you guys know, you know. I always used to spot conceal, but that particular formula, she turned me onto it, and it is amazing. And then for my color correction, I'm using the Vasanti Liquid VO2. I always use this, and I really, really love it, especially because it's not extremely orange. So it's gonna balance out that hyperpigmentation and darkness without kind of being too orange where you're like, oh my God, how am I gonna cover up this orange now? Like one problem to create another. Okay, next we're gonna do what we've all been waiting for. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, Anthea, you're so late on this product. So like we already have been past this, but I am not past it. I got the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and the shade I got was number 5. I don't care if I'm late on this. I am going to relish in this, okay? In this moment. So I'm just popping it on. And I also don't really know, a lot of people use it differently. So I've been to Charlotte Tilbury, one of the flagship stores in LA, and they said you could just pop it on the high points of your face if you're oily like myself. But I also feel like in the winter, because it's like getting into the colder months, I can get away with putting it all over, or I'm gonna try, because a lot of people use this as a glowy base. So I pop that on. And then I'm going to blend it with a brush because I feel like there's already very little, like there's no coverage in this. It's just glow. But this is, like the hype was real. It is so pretty. And I was thinking, okay, like this is for like all my clean girls. You know how clean girl makeup is so minimal and like basically nothing on your face, but looking really natural and like tiny amounts of product. This definitely looks like that because it's just like, you can see right through to everything on my skin, but the glow is just stunning. So this is not for coverage. This is just for glow. We knew that, but it's still so pretty that I can't get over it. So I'm going to go in with my usual concoction of foundation on top. This is my duo that has just been killing it for life. So this is a light reflecting foundation by NARS and the soft matte. These two, I can't live without them. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this one is in the shade Tahoe and this one's in Cadiz. That just happens to be the shade mixture. So I'm going in. Sometimes it's a little too dark. Sometimes like it depends on how you mix it. So I can take this all the way into the summer months. I'm trying to bring it into winter as I got lighter, but I think we're doing okay here. So I'm always doing a concoction. When it gets colder, my oily skin kind of transitions more into combo, and then it switches up. So I like to just kind of stamp this on first, or swipe it on, or paint it on, honestly. And then I like to diffuse it and blend it with a beauty blender. If I was to go directly onto my hand, the beauty blender would eat up a lot of my product. So I don't really feel like that would be a good option, you know? So I like to spread it out, and I even like to spread it out when I'm using a brush as well. And the difference that the brush will make is that a brush makes it just a lot fuller coverage. For me, I love the finish of a beauty blender, and I love that you could just go fast. Like, to me, it's just like done. And right now I'm taking my time, but if you're in a rush, beauty blender, in my opinion, is the way to go. But there always is a place for a brush. Like, I'm here for both. So I'm just blending this base. Me being out of breath because I'm so excited. This base right now is really beautiful. And I know that it's looking even glowier because of the Flawless filter. Like, I think that the product is really stunning. Like, I can't say anything bad about it. There is also, I don't know what is similar to it, because I was thinking, how would I dupe this? And I haven't tried that. There was like an e.l.f. dupe that came out that people were saying it's similar, but not a direct dupe. They definitely tried, but I want to try it out to see if I could find a dupe for it. But I don't know. Charlotte, it's kind of hard to dupe Charlotte because the formulations and the attention to detail is always there, and she's just always on point. So I don't know about that. Next up, we are trying another new product from Charlotte. So this is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. This is my second time using this as well, and it is the shade 8.5. So I wanted a shade that was gonna help brighten. So I'm gonna just pop that on, and, or maybe I should pop it on one side and we can look at the difference of the two sides. I'm gonna pop it right down the nose. Today just turned out to be like a full tutorial, a full face tutorial. Okay, moment of truth. This baby, it's time to blend this baby. Okay, so first of all, you'll notice that it's kind of thick. Like, as soon as I'm starting to blend, I'm like, she's thick. The consistency of this, like, I think I use too much, honestly. But because I'm blending with a beauty blender, I can diffuse a lot of it. If you're blending with a brush, yeah, definitely don't use as much as I did. I'm just learning this product now, so that's kind of, this is a process between, like, you and I are gonna learn together how this works because I don't really know yet. Look at that. Look at that brightening, look at that difference, and the hydration is really there. Like, I feel like this whole zone, I mean, obviously you could see the lift that we created. We could do that with any color, but the finish of the concealer is really what I'm looking at. And it's very hydrating and plump. Like, I don't feel any dryness under the eye, which I feel like is a really big point, like, for me, especially as I start getting older. I'm noticing that certain things are gonna enhance fine lines. Certain things are gonna enhance texture, as we all know. And I look for a hydrating under eye, but I also don't want it to crease. So finding the fine line between, like, hydrating enough so that it looks good and not dry, but then also you don't want it to be building up in those fine lines. So basically what I want to do is wear test this quite, like, for a while in order to know what the best way to apply, what powder is the best. And speaking of powder, I got the new Charlotte Tilbury powder, so we're going to be testing that out today as well. Like, we're just doing the most in one day because I'm excited, you know, like, I'm just ready. I'm ready. Okay, so everything is looking great. I do find there's a blurring effect with this concealer. Like, I don't feel like any lines are enhanced. I really feel flawless. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really insane. So of course we're gonna use the Hollywood contour wand for this because, I mean, if we're doing Charlotte, we're doing Charlotte all the way. Right here. And I'm in the shade medium deep. Yeah, medium deep. So we're just gonna blend with a brush. And a lot of times, guys, a lot of you ask me about brushes that I'm using. So the ones with the gold handles are, unfortunately, they were limited edition, but I do have a whole YouTube video on brushes that I recommend, and for different things like blush, contour, like you name it. It's like everything in that one video. So go ahead and check that out in case you're looking for brushes. I feel like it's a very frequently asked question. But when I look for a contour product, I always look for something that is easy to blend, that you're not going to spend 12 hours blending and dying over. Like, so yeah, that's important to me. For my nose contour and my lips, I like to go in with the Huda Beauty Tantour. So the nose for me is a very particular thing. I always use the Tantour or like a smaller cream product just because I could get in there more. Whereas with the wand, it's a little too big to kind of get in there. So that's why I'm doing this. And the shade I'm in is, I think, medium. Yeah, medium for this. These run deep, so even like the more fair shades run deep. Like I could take this all the way into summer, which says a lot because I get pretty tanned in the summer. So just keep that in mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. Okay, so now we're going in with the Beauty Light Wand, of course. We're going in with Pinkgasm. We can't do a Charlotte look without this, and they're always sold out. So I'm like, I'm using them on occasion only. But you know what? Every day is an occasion. That's what I say. I used to have this thing, I've talked about this before. I used to have this thing where I used to collect candles and like not light them. They would just be on display, and it was like, for what? You did this for what? Like, light them and enjoy them. So I kind of try and apply that now throughout, like when it comes to using my nice makeup. Like every day is an occasion, go ahead and use it. But when it comes to these, I've been struggling to put that into practice. So here we are on a random day where I'm not doing anything in particular. I'm using it, okay? I'm actually doing it for you guys, but also for me because I love how it looks. But you could see that glow is just really gorgeous. And then of course, I'm just gonna diffuse right now with this. Here we go. Okay, so I'm really excited about this one. I got the Airbrush Brightening Powder by Charlotte, and this is in the shade, I think it came in 2 shades, Tan Deep. So I was like, is this shade actually still too dark for me? But I don't know. Okay, so I tried it once before, but I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna press it into the skin with my sponge. And I noticed a lot of people doing this, so I'm gonna try it as well. Let's see if we're gonna, okay, yeah. So we do see the brightening. Okay, wait. It's turning out a lot different with the sponge. Last time I just tried it with a brush. Excuse me? What the? I really like it. My like under eye is completely blurred. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's completely blurred. And in comparison, it's great to look at both sides. Maybe this is how I should have been trying it that first time. It's making a difference. What the? Okay. Yeah. Sold. Good purchase. I'm happy. But how will it wear throughout the day? That's something we need to see, because creasing under the eyes, the only thing that would help me used to be Laura Mercier. And if we're not going to bake with Laura, then, because usually I use both. I used Laura and then I wipe it away with the Airbrush Flawless, like the regular one, not this one. So now I'm like, how am I going to do my routine now? We'll figure it out. Okay, so everything is set under the eyes. Now I just want to go ahead and bronze. So I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, which is one of my favorites. So this is in the shade 3. Oh my gosh, it's so scratched up that I'm like, what shade is this? Shade 3. And we're just going in and just gonna basically pop this on top of all of those areas that I popped the contour on, just so that everything is all set in place. And I just love bronzing. Like, I feel like there's a misconception that you have deeper skin then you shouldn't bronze. That's a lie. The lie detector results are in, and that was a lie. Yeah, even no matter what your shade is, just think about it. If your face is all flat and one color, it's not realistic because shadows are all throughout our face. So if you're putting on foundation and then you're not bronzing, your face just looks flat and really fake. So bronzer is a must. No matter what time of year, it is a must. Okay, I'm back. I popped on Runway Royalty Lipstick by Charlotte. I love it so much, and I love it for pinky vibes, which we're about to do. Let's get into this palette. This is a Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, and I'm just gonna hold it closer for you guys to see. Like, she is the moment, okay? I was so excited when I saw this online. I'm like, I need this immediately. And I knew that when the Sephora sale comes up, it's like, bam, you're done. But anyway, okay, so we're going in with the Pillow Talk blush first. I'm gonna use a few of the shades in here because we just must. So we're layering Pillow Talk with what we already have on. And the way the two of them are just marrying together is amazing. Like this, the skin, everything right now is looking really gorgeous. I'm actually shook by it. But I'm also not surprised because, okay, take in that there's a little bit of glow to this, this formula, but yet it's not enhancing my pores. And I'm someone who has large pores. I have acne scarring. I have a lot going on because my skin has a past, as we all do. I mean, we're humans who have been alive. But as someone who had acne in the past, it's definitely left texture behind and hyperpigmentation, all kinds of stuff. And I really need my products to work for me so that it's not bringing me down. Instead, they're just making my face glow and look flawless. So I'm really happy with how this is looking and turning out so far. So for the highlighting shades, I kind of want to take a little bit of this one, which is a lot more glowy. I'm popping it right at the high points of my cheekbones, but like I'm using it also to kind of transition my blush into my highlighter, which I'm going to use this shade next. But oh my goodness, we love a good glow, and I like the fact that I can just focus this on parts of my face that don't have a lot of texture. I could just layer that versus like if I was to put this right on this cheek area where I have a lot of acne scarring, it would not really be doing me any favors. So that's why I've kind of chosen a smaller but still fluffy brush for this. This is the Morphe M510, and I've had this brush for a while now and I really love it. I still use it all the time. But look at that glow. She's glowing. Okay, I can just layer this on for days, so I'm gonna stop myself. Switching to a smaller brush, I'm going in with this shade. Okay, so it's very soft, very subtle, but it has like individual glitter flecks in there that I can see. So the reason I'm using a smaller brush is because I just want to concentrate that right at the highest point of my cheekbones. And I'm going to just pop it also over here just a little bit. My forehead gets oily, so I'm kind of avoiding the forehead. Like, see how it already has that natural, not oiliness, but just like glow already from our base. But wow, wowza. So I'm not using the darker blush today because it's not going with like my light look, but I know it's gonna look gorgeous on me because on deeper skin tones, like a darker reddish blush always looks good. And also on fair skin tones, it does as well, but you just have to be a little bit more light-handed. You don't wanna be like having like splotchy dark blush as a fair skin person. Or, well, no one wants that, to be honest, whatever skin tone you have, but you can always make it work. And that's what I love about makeup. It's like there might be rules, like I learned the rules just to break them because what works for me may not necessarily work for you, or what works for you may not necessarily work for me, but like if it works, it works. Keep doing it. So anyway, guys, this is how the final look turned out. I am obsessed. I love Charlotte so much. One thing that I will say is that I do want to wait to see how my under eyes are going to look throughout the day, because keep in mind, this is only the second time that I'm using all of these products. So we're still kind of gauging and feeling out the vibe. This is more of, it's not like the first time I'm trying it, but since it's the second time, it's still kind of first impressions. And I'm just learning how to make these products work for me. and I still want to experiment applying with a brush. Like there's so many things that I want to try with them, but I'm so excited, especially guys, by the way, look how beautiful this packaging is. Like what? Okay, there's makeup on it already, but like everything is so beautiful. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that I post every single Sunday, so please like and subscribe. I'm gonna post my most recent video right here, and let me know in the comments what you wanna see next, because I'm always checking out the comments. I wanna film for you guys. I will see you next week.